When I crossed over, the astonishing secrets revealed inside the white tunnel. In the grand tapestry of existence, I made my debut, a humble player in the theater of an everyday family. Childhood, a chapter embroidered with joy, unfolded under the watchful eyes of my father, a tireless architect of our fortunes, steering a modest store through the tides of life. On the other side of this familial coin, my mother, a portrait of gentle virtue, wove domestic miracles, nourishing our every need with the alchemy of love and serving feasts that danced on our taste buds. Our abode was a haven, cocooned in the embrace of familial ties, and life, a melody of goodness, reverberated through the corridors of our shared history. However, the tranquility of our existence shattered when I was merely 10 years old. A sudden illness claimed my father, leaving us not only grieving but burdened with significant financial challenges. My mother, with unwavering strength, assumed the responsibility of supporting our family, juggling the management of our modest store and ensuring we had enough to eat, wear, and shelter under. She became the pillar that held our household together during this difficult time. I, on the other hand, felt dwarfed by the circumstances, unable to contribute meaningfully or shoulder any responsibilities. Yet, amid this tumultuous period, my mother remained my source of solace. Her encouragement and support were unwavering. Even as I grappled with feelings of inadequacy and helplessness, her love became a guiding light, assuring me that I could emerge from the shadows stronger and more confident. The turning point in my understanding of life came during a near-death experience. Engrossed in a game of soccer in our backyard, I noticed an unusual shift in the atmosphere. The sky, typically a canvas of blue, was now draped in a layer of gray, thick with clouds that blocked the sunlight. A thunderbolt, unexpected and startling, added to the peculiarity of the day. In an instant, a blinding light enveloped me, rendering my body numb as a potent current surged through my muscles and bones, causing a sensation of being blown apart. Suddenly, my consciousness detached from my physical form. My vision blurred, and everything around me appeared fuzzy and surreal. I felt an inexplicable ascent, as if I were lifting off the ground, drawing closer to the sky. Just as panic and confusion set in, a familiar figure materialized, my mother. She emerged from the house, eyes widened in horror, witnessing my lifeless body on the ground. Her desperate calls for my name filled the air, but I was beyond responding. Looking into her eyes, I felt a poignant stab of pain, knowing I couldn't cause her more worry. Despite the helplessness and guilt overwhelming me, a sudden strong suction sensation ensued, as if an unseen force were attempting to whisk me away. This near-death experience marked a profound shift in my perception of life's meaning and value. I realized the significance of family, particularly my mother, and a deep sense of responsibility compelled me to return to Earth. The spirit of my departed father, though absent in the physical realm, continued to inspire and guide us. Through this ordeal, I metamorphosed into a more mature, responsible, and compassionate individual, equipped to confront and overcome life's challenges. The journey of self-discovery, catalyzed by this extraordinary experience, allowed me to transcend my limitations. Today, I stand as a testament to the transformative power of love, resilience, and the enduring bonds that tie a family together. I followed that force and encountered a demon lunging at me. The demon was enormous, with a tall body and large black wings flapping in the air. An evil aura emanated from its body, and its face was terrifying. Blood-red eyes shone with a cunning light, and its mouth revealed sharp teeth. Wrapped in a black cloak, the demon appeared mysterious and horrifying, giving off an aura of darkness that seemed impossible to escape. It felt as if demons were the only existence in this world. Just when I felt helpless, an angel appeared. With one hand, the angel blocked the demon's attack and then held me in their arms. A thrilling duel unfolded between the demon and the angel, causing my body to shake continuously, as if I might be swept away by this conflict at any moment. Finally, the angel let out a loud and clear cry, taking me away from the perilous scene. Looking down at the demon below, I felt a gentle glow surrounding my heart. The angel led me through a white tunnel and into heaven, a place that felt incredibly comfortable and relaxed. The sight before me was shocking, beautiful gardens and majestic white castles. I felt a hand hugging me from behind, and turning around, I saw my father. He wore a long white robe, looked very young, and had a warm smile on his face. My mood instantly became pleasant. For many years, he had been the closest person to me. A few years ago, he suddenly left, but now, in this beautiful and peaceful paradise, I was surprised to see him again. I hugged him tightly, not wanting to lose him once more. His warmth and love made all the pain disappear. I hugged my father tightly, expressing my fear of losing him again. He gently stroked my hair and said, "Son, you have always been my pride and joy. You must know that your mother always loved you and sacrificed a lot for you." I felt a tingle in my heart and remembered the current state of my family. I told my father about our difficult times, with Mom facing the hardships of bringing me up alone. My father smiled and shook his head, saying, "Son, don't worry too much. You've already done a good job. I've been watching you all along, and your growth and progress make me very happy." His words made me feel warm and comforted. I began to grumble a little about why my father had left me and my mother. My father looked calm as he said, "Son, Dad has always watched over you. Although Dad is gone, my love will always be with you when you need it. Just think of me and I will be there to protect you." Still a little puzzled, I asked him, "But if you hadn't left, our lives would be better now, right? We wouldn't be as difficult as we are now." My father patted me gently on the shoulder and said, "Son, there is an end to human life. Everyone has his or her own mission in time. I once did everything I could for you, and now it's time for you to stand up for yourself and your family. Mom needs your care, and it's your responsibility. You have to be strong, and I believe you can do it." I'd asked my father, "Dad, can I stay here or bring Mom to heaven to be with us too?" My father looked at me quietly, then gently shook his head, saying, "Son, you can't stay here. Your time is not up yet, and your mother still needs you to take care of her on earth." I was a bit confused and asked, "Why can't we bring Mom here? It's so wonderful, and we can be reunited as a family." My father sighed deeply and explained, "Son, there are many things in this world beyond our control. Although heaven is a wonderful place, each of us has our own mission and responsibilities. Your mother needs you, and you can't give up that responsibility. Your time has not yet come. You must return to earth and fulfill your mission." My father continued, saying, "Your future life is not so bad." Suddenly, a scene appeared before my eyes. I saw myself sitting at a spacious desk, dressed in a suit, confidently interacting with a client. The entire office was surrounded by tall floor-to-ceiling windows, and sunlight poured in, making it bright and warm. My father gently patted my shoulder, smiled, and said, "Son, this is your future life. You will become a successful businessman and live a happy life." Feeling a bit worried, I asked, "Will I always be this happy?" My father looked at me seriously and said slowly, "Son, life is like a long river. You will encounter many challenges and difficulties, but as long as you work hard, you will get through. Don't be afraid of failure, it's also a part of success. Keep your confidence and courage, and your future will be brighter." Motivated and confident, I asked about my mother. "Will she be happy too?" My father smiled and replied, "Of course, she will also lead a happy life. You will be her pride and joy. She will see you graduate, find a job you like, and marry the person you love. She will be there for you through every important moment." Listening to my father's words, I felt warmth in my heart. I envisioned a future where my mother would no longer worry, and our family would live happily together. I hoped this dream would come true soon. My father's words seemed to have the power to foretell the future. He showed me a scenario where my mother had her flower store with many loyal customers. She smiled while tending to a beautiful garden where she grew various flowers and vegetables. People came to enjoy it every day. Witnessing this scene made me happy, grateful to my father for showing me that the future is not just a distant dream, but something I can achieve through my own efforts. My father told me it was time to go back. I understood that I had to return because my mother needed me more. With a smile and a nod, my father disappeared from my sight. Although I felt a pang of loss, I recognized this as a gift, a reminder that my father was always with me. I turned back to the angel and expressed my gratitude. He assured me that upon my return, my body would recover, giving me the chance to fulfill my dreams, making my life much better. He gently touched my forehead, and I felt a weak power flow through me, bringing me back to the real world. Upon opening my eyes, I found myself in a hospital bed. My mother, thrilled to see me awake, grabbed my hand excitedly, repeating, "Son, you're finally awake." I felt her love, concern, and tears welled up unconsciously. The doctors and nurses checked my body, confirming no serious injuries, just the need for rest. With my mother by my side, I gradually regained my health. She diligently performed rehabilitation exercises with me daily, aiding in my strength recovery. Once back home, I sat by the bedside and shared my incredible experience with my mother. As she listened, moved to tears, she finally hugged me tightly. I recounted seeing my father in heaven and his assurance that we would all be happy in the future. Softly, I told my mother. A smile appeared on her face as she held my hand tightly, and she said, "What you said must be true, son. I believe in you and your father's words, and we will definitely be happy in the future." Hearing these words from my mother, my heart felt grounded and at ease. Even though my father had left us, I knew he was always watching over us in heaven, providing warmth, comfort, and a sense of reassurance.